So as of the last 3 hours on Little Tay's Instagram, the parents released a statement stating that it was a heavy heart that we share this devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve for this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire's and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. Now, naturally, when I read this, my first question was to ask if we actually have confirmation that this is legit and not some social media ploy. Why do I say this? Is because Little Tay and her brother, well, it was found out through my own investigation and confirmation, and her brother basically forced her to create content. If you remember, quite a few years ago, she was this cute little kid going on camera and flexing how rich she was, how much money she had, how much better she is, that you're broke and that you'll never be successful as her. And it was all kind of a publicity stunt, but it was a publicity stunt in which the brother had active involvement, which was exploiting his sister in a way on social media. And ultimately, it's a really tragic story. If you haven't seen my video on Little Tay, definitely recommend watching it. But if this is true, this is devastating. This is horrific. I can't even imagine. I have so many questions, but I feel so sad for the parents that they lost their 14-year-old daughter to allegedly. And if you go to the main, this came out about 5 minutes ago, this article on her passing, and it says that she passed away through, which my natural inclination, again, is to question everything. It makes me feel like, you know, an a-hole at times, but in this day and age with social media, you kind of just have to question things and not just believe what you read. But it says that their family confirmed that she passed away. Now, something that I also need to mention here is that this Facebook post, which the article that says that, oh, she not alived herself, well, this is the post originally. And then as you can see with Facebook, this person edited the post to say that she passed away. So it went from she, you know, not alived herself to now it's just passing away. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if they have a connection to the family or they know Little Tay or the brother of Little Tay. I have no idea. But this screenshot is being used as a citation source for specifically her taking her life. And at this point, there's not enough information to make a definite statement if this is true or not. I believe the latter. I don't think this is legitimate based upon the brother's past history, but, you know, I'm willing to be proven wrong if more evidence comes out proving otherwise. I think if an obituary comes out, I'd be more inclined to believe that, but then I've even seen people fake obituaries to fake a passing when it just isn't true. I don't know. This is crazy to me. But at this current moment, I'm sorry to be that dude, but I have to question this because, I mean, from a not aliving self perspective, if she was really stuck in this situation where her brother was continuously exploiting her, because remember, this girl disappeared off the internet, right? She became a viral sensation, and then all of a sudden she just disappeared. We don't know the specifics of that. Nobody knows the specifics of that. And it's one of the most, for me, it's one of the most like interesting and confusing aspects of a social media star just disappearing, and it involved a child, and that scares me. Anything that involves a child and adults taking advantage of a child terrifies me, because at that point, you know, children can't consent. If they're being forced to do things against their will or create content against their will, that needs to be questioned, that needs to be criticized, that needs to be exposed to the public, because that's child abuse, plain and simple. It's also important that I bring this up is that just a few years ago on Little Tay's Instagram, these were some of the posts that were made, and it's quite a lot of information of alleging that there's a difficult situation going on with child custody in regards to Canada and Canadian CPS version, and claiming that she was being harmed and hurt And it's a lot. And honestly, these posts only were up for a very short duration, but I think it's important that I show these just for context sake. Additionally, there was video of when she was being parroted by her brother to say things in a video. The hardest problem with all of this is we're at a place where most of us can't get any answers. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know what is truth. I don't know what is a lie. So Canadian documents are much harder to, acquire than in the America. Just know that the brother allegedly is very, very scammy. It's all sus to me. Just try to be that person that questions everything and not just believes whatever you read on the internet, because that's what's happening right now. It's better to trust and verify rather than trust and believe.